Hey everyone, Sparks back with another Goddess Victory Nikke video, and this is my highly requested skin tier list for Nikke. This is going to include all 138 skins that have been released in the game up to the 3rd anniversary or through the 3rd anniversary, okay? I thought this was a great time to take a look back at what we've had for the first 3 years of Nikke, and a lot of people have been asking for this and said they were really interested in it. So this does not include the base skin, whatever the normal look is of a character. This will only include, alternate skins, but it also does not include alternate forms, okay? So if there's like a summer version of the unit or a holiday version or whatever, this is only skins for a character, not alternate versions. Again, there are also 138 in the game, which is a crap ton of skins. So I can't talk about each one for very long. I also want to make a quick note on how I'm going to be judging these, okay? 80% of my evaluation of each skin is going to be based on simply if I like it, okay? So no matter any other factors, if this was a character just shown to me at random that somebody created or it's in another game or whatever, just like, do I think it looks cool? Do I think it's attractive, whatever? That's like 80% of my weight on how much I'm going to rate this skin. I would say about 10% on how it compares to the base skin. So, a little bit I'm going to be looking at if it's a significant improvement or different from the base skin. And then 10% on value for money. So, if it's like a gotcha skin that's costing $60, I might have a slightly higher standard, that kind of thing. But like I said, 80% just in vacuum, is this a good looking design? Lastly, I want to say that this is completely subjective, okay? Now, this is true for any tier list. No one should try and get offended by any tier list. I'm not trying to offend anybody here or, to make anybody feel bad for their taste. Again, this is just like me if I think a character looks good or not. So just keep that in mind. This is all for fun. This is probably going to be a bit of a long one. I better jump into it. I've already talked long enough. Okay, so our first one here is Anchor. Now, Anchor is pretty cute. We're going to put her as a C, okay? I think she's, just a really cute, diver outfit here, and I'm already talking too long about her. All right, but she's a good starting off, midway point for our skins. Then we have Neon, Bling Bullet, as it's called, and this is actually the first skin that you could get in the game. Very few people have it, and I'm also going to put her in the C tier, kind of classy looking, and I'm actually going to put her a little bit above Anchor. It's not going to be exactly ordered perfectly, but I'm kind of generally people higher in that tier, a little bit above the people that are lower, but it's not going to be perfect, so keep that in mind too. Okay, then we have Rappy, which I guess is technically the first skin because everybody just gets this skin no matter what. And this is going to be a D tier. I mean, it's not that she looks bad, but I think she looks better in the normal one, and ultimately it's just a reshader. The red became blue and the black became white. Then we have Makima. Oh, sorry. Rappy Summer Skin. Okay, so Rappy's Vacation, this is an A tier. This is possibly the best free skin we've ever gotten. She's looking shiny and beautiful, definitely deserving of the A tier. Okay, now we have Makima. Now this one is going to be a little bit controversial, probably. Makima here without the coat was something that came after significant community pressure. People didn't like the so-called coat demon, and they made an alternate. She didn't look great to begin with, and I'm going to say she actually looks worse like this, and I'm putting it in the F tier. You're going to find very few skins that are in the F tier, but I just, this skin was bad news. I mean, everything about it. All right, I'm not going to talk more. I'm probably going to take some heat for that one. But I think the reality is it's not good, and it was never even intended to be in the game in the first place. All right, then we have Mary Bunny. Mary shakes a lot. We'll say that. And she's going to be our first B tier. B for Bunny, I guess, is appropriate. And then Aid Spring. And honestly, she's beautiful. I like our coffee shop girl. We're going to put her in the C tier, and I'll put her just above Neon. They actually look like they coordinate really well. I'm kind of a really big fan of this slightly elegant, but cute upper class IRL kind of look. I know they're only in C tier because ultimately they're not that impressive, but I do kind of dig the look of them. All right, then we have K undercover. K looks really cool normally, but this one, I don't like it. I do like her funny bowler hat, but honestly, I just think it's a significant downgrade from her normal look, and I'm putting it down here in the D tier. All right, Sin Backstreet. Sin Backstreet is going to go in the C tier. You know, it's fine. She looks cool. I kind of like her normal one slightly better. Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit Halloween themed, I think, originally. It's just, you know, it's a C tier. All right, Ein Handmade Festival, her kimono one. We're going to put this one also in the C tier. And I'm going to put it below, yeah, we'll put it above Sin. You know, it is a cute kimono. All right, Tronny. All right, so you guys all know that I'm not a huge fan of Tronny. Don't put your bare feet on my keyboard, okay? Now, this one is actually going to be in the C tier. And we're going to go bottom of C tier because ultimately, you know, it's kind of whatever. But I will say she put on some stockings, and maids are cute. There's a lot of maid fans out there. I think it's, you know, it's a decent skin. Novel Penguin is also going to go down here in the D tier. Here, we'll put these like this here. Actually, maybe we'll put K above there. Novel Penguin, I mean, it's almost just a recolor like Rappy's, to be honest. It's very subtle changes, and I just think her normal one even looks cuter. Okay, Novel Nurse is going to be a C tier. This one's cuter. It's kind of nice. Pink nurse, nurses are also kind of a thing. Okay, Zwei First Festival, or her kimono one. She's gonna go here. Right next to Ein. I'm going to put her just slightly above Ein. Emma, Color Me Red. She's going to be a B tier, and honestly was one of the best skins we got early on in the game. I still have it on her. She looks great. We're coming up to the Christmas season again. Maybe I'll put her in my lobby. She's nice and jingly, if you know what I mean. All right, Emma Therapist. I'm going to put it in B tier as well. It's going to go behind the Christmas one. Looks really good. She has the crazy animation with her badge hanging around her neck, but I still think the Jingle Bell one is better. Okay, Sugar Wild Backyard. This is one that I regretted not buying originally. This was for our first New Year event. Came out right after the Emma Christmas one. It's a good one. It's a good one. She looks good, but ultimately I think it's a B tier as well. And then Sugar Hard Boiled. Thank God this came out because it saved me from the regrets. I think it's a slight upgrade actually from her other one, but I'm going to say it's also a B tier. She looks cool. I really like the look of this. I think the shooting pose is really nice for her as well. Okay, Maiden Nurse. So this was from the early days of them making a batch of skins where you just bought them straight up for $20 without any kind of pass or anything. Terrible value, and I told myself I would never buy one of those. However, this was one of the better looking ones, I would say, of those. It's going to go in the C tier, and we'll put it in the top of C tier. But it's pretty similar to her original one. She does look more significant in the shooting pose than from the front as well, though. Maiden Under the Sun, however, oh boy, she is going here in the A tier, and we're actually going to put her above Rappy. I'm almost tempted to put this in the S tier. Maiden is stunning in that swimsuit. Isabel Honeymoon. Isabel is also going in the A tier, and we're going to put her, ooh, I don't know. I'm going to put her actually below Rappy. This is a really, really good one. Even her animation, I would say, is extremely spicy, which is almost better than just like the look itself. Going back to the bikinis, we got Guilty, her wave outfit as it's called, and she's going to go in B tier, and I'm going to put her in between the two Emmas right here. Yuna Pretty in Pink. This one might be a little bit of a controversial one. I'm actually going to put her up in C tier, even though ultimately she's just kind of a recolor. It's going to be a low C tier. We'll put her here, but I like the little details, like her handcuffs actually turned into like little like plushy keychain things of her and Mihara. They did a lot of cute little things that actually make it pretty nice, and it was a completely free skin as well. Yan Summer. Okay, I would say this is like one of the worst summer ones, but it's still a summer skin. It looks really nice. I'm going to put it right here into the B tier. Signal Chocolate. This is a funny one. Signal is probably, one of the less popular characters, and she's going to go here in the C tier. She's cute. We're going to go here. Folkwang Moist Rabbit. Okay, I said the word. I'm moist. A moist rabbit. So I'm a big fan of Folkwang's original look. I'm also a big fan of bunnies, but I have to say this is maybe the worst bunny skin we have, and I'm going to put it at the top of C tier. There was a specific aspect of Folkwang's original design, and we lost that with this one. So yeah, she's going to go here at the top of C tier. By the way, I just want to say kind of as a whole, Nikke designs are great. So if we were comparing all these Nikke designs compared to like a lot of other games or just like characters in anything, these are going to be pretty high. Like obviously these are all relative to each other within Nikke, but even the worst Nikke design is probably going to be like C tier, and a lot of them relative to other things are going to be like A and S tier. So just wanted to point that out. Okay, so Vesti Archmage. This one's pretty cute. We're going to put her in C tier as well. Probably here. And Polly Sweetholic. I don't know, Polly. She's going to go into D. It's not great. It's not great. I think, yeah. No. However, Polly Cheer is quite cute, a significant upgrade, and we're going to put that up here in the C tier, somewhere like this. Diesel Black Sunday. This was also an extremely early skin. This was the first ever mission pass you could buy. Very classy. This is maybe my favorite look for Diesel. Very good IRL look. And she's going to go into the C tier, relatively high here. We're going to put her at the top of all these kind of like cute IRL kind of looks. Okay, Diesel Strawberry. Basically the exact same skin, except in my opinion, like worse. So we're going to put it in D tier, like here. And then Diesel Midnight. This is going to go back into the C tier, and I'll put it just below the black one. I think, yeah, we'll go there. It is a very pretty dress. I do like it. And then Rosanna Dangerous Dress. This one I might get some heat for too. I'm actually going to put this down into the D tier. I don't know, it just doesn't do it for me. I am going to put it at the top of the D tier, if that counts for anything. I think her original look makes her look badass and hot, and it's unique. And then this is just kind of a really boring black dress, and yeah, I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comment below. Roast me. Okay. Sakura Stealth, on the other hand, for a long time, I considered this to be like one of the best skins in the entire game. This is really, really good. It's so cool. I'm actually going to put it at the top of the A tier. It's got some spicy aspects to it. It also has a really funny animation, 2 different animations that can happen with her summoning the frog. This is peak. I was so tempted to buy this, except this was one of those skins that they just sold for $20 on its own without any kind of pass, and I just I refused to buy that. So I still haven't gotten it. This is probably the favorite skin of mine that I actually second favorite skin. We'll get to it. Second favorite skin of skins that I don't own. Okay. Towards the end, we'll find my favorite skin that I don't own. Okay, Milk Extreme. This is going down here in the D tier. I was initially, in my head, I thought that like I really liked this skin, and I was like, oh, this might be C or B. But then the more I was looking at it, I'm like, honestly, it's not that great. I do like the camo, but I realized the only thing I liked was the red camo. And so I think I'm going to put it, I'll put it here. Okay. Jill Classic. This is going to be a C tier, a solid skin. I actually prefer it over her normal look. And we'll put it here. Jill Battlesuit. This one is dope. I was tempted to buy this one, except I'm just like, I'm not a Resident Evil fan. I just don't, I don't play the games, and I was like, I'm probably not really going to use Jill that much, but I actually think it's really good. It is a B tier, and I'm going to put it maybe all the way up here. It's a good one. Okay. Masked Pirate Heart. This is another one that they sold individually. It is a good one. It is deserving of the B tier, and I'll put it just above Yan. Masked Diver was a free one. This one is pretty good, honestly. I like it. It has a lot of good aspects to it, to be honest. But ultimately, it is going to be a C tier. It's still like nothing like that amazing. And I think I'll put it right. Well, it's kind of unique. I'll put it here above the cheerleader. Okay, Julia Mild Nocturne. She looks nice. The thing is, Julia just looks the same, like no matter which skin she has. It's a C tier. She does look nice, but it's just super similar to her original design. And not even like objectively, it is kind of different, but just the vibes are like almost exactly the same. I'm going to put it right here. And then Julia Summer Romance. Again, it's not like it's bad looking, but it feels, I don't know, it's very samey. It's very samey, and probably the worst summer skin that we've gotten. And we're going to put this one down here in the D tier. Maybe the top of D tier. We'll put it there. Okay. Brid Model Worker. This is going to be our next F tier. I will put it above Makiba. This was the very first batch of skins that you could buy for $20 straight up in a pass. I just don't know who was buying this. I'm sure, hey, if you're a big fan of this skin, please let me know. I want you specifically, comment if you bought this Brid skin and you're a big fan of it. Tell me why, okay? Again, to me, it just doesn't hit. It's like she's in this kind of vaguely Western themed skin, but she's still sitting at her desk like in the other skin with her coffee. And it like didn't tie into any kind of event, and she's just like, I don't know, covered up more, and I don't know, it's weird. I don't understand it. It's kind of bland looking. One of the worst skins in the game, in my opinion. That's just, yeah, I don't know how much I can say about that. Okay, the other one, however, Black Moon. This was a Nier tie-in, and she looks great. This one's going into the B tier. This is a really nice skin, and I'm going to put it maybe here between Mast and Yan. It's pretty nice. Okay. Haran. This is another really beautiful skin. This one's going up here in the A tier, and it might be bottom of A tier. And her original design is so strong. It's like 50-50 on which one is better, but this one's really, really good. It's a pretty peak design. All right, Leona Zookeeper. This was a tie-in for the Ava collab. You can see she's wearing kind of like a plug suit, and this is going to be B tier. That shooting pose is crazy. Probably, I'm going to say this was the inspiration for the shooting pose for Eve, which we'll get to later on in the video. She looks good. Where should I put this? It's going to go B tier, maybe. Ultimately, maybe it is kind of towards the bottom of B tier. It's still good though. It's good. Okay. Maran Day Off, or our dinosaur girl. I am well known for preferring her normal design. It's kind of goofy as hell, but it is cute. This is still a good skin. I think it deserves to be in B tier. I'm going to put it here at the bottom of B tier. The reason why I didn't personally get into it is just because I found like her original design was much more unique. And it just like, I don't know. I was a big fan of her original look, so I just didn't go for this. Okay. Exia Joy to the Nerds. This was one of our first Christmas skins. It's hilarious. She's in a reindeer onesie, and I'm actually going to put this in the B tier. We'll go, I don't know. It's so hard. Like I said, I don't know like what order to put these in, but it's funny. I like it. Unfortunately, it was one that you had to buy on your own, so I didn't buy it. It wasn't part of a pass. All right, Exia Gamer. This one's going down in the C tier. It doesn't look terrible, but it's like really similar vibes to her first one. And it's, you know, she's looks good. You know, it does fit her character, but it's nothing exciting. It's just kind of whatever. I'm just going to put it here. Exia Rabbit. However, this is a bunny skin, and the back view is peak. And this is a really good one. We're going to go here. Yeah. Exia, huge upgrade with the bunny skin. All right. Freema Sea Slaw. This is another really funny one. I like it. And she like pulls out her little squirt gun that's like in the shape of a dolphin. It's everything about Freema is hilarious. I'm kind of a low-key Freema fan, and she's going to go up here in the B tier as well. And then Dola Dark Rose. This was kind of an early skin. It's one of those like evening gown, like you know, elegant kind of dresses. She's carrying like a glass of champagne. This is a really, really good one, and it is going to be an A tier. Yeah, I don't know. Do you guys think I'm ranking this too high? I've always been a Dola fan, and she looks beautiful in this dress. I'm a big fan. Okay, Biscuit. This is a C tier. She looks cute. I kind of like the overalls. I do slightly prefer it to her normal skin, but it's, you know, nothing to get super excited about. I'm going to put it, I don't know. We'll put it here. Okay. Amelia Spring Sea. I feel like I'm doing a lot in this video. I apologize. It's because I'm looking back and forth between a spreadsheet where I listed all these out pre-ranked, because again, 138 of these. So excuse me as I kind of like pause between them to check and see which tier I put them in. Okay, so Amelia Spring. She looks nice. She's a C tier, but she does look quite nice. I do prefer this to her normal standard look, and it was free, completely free. And I think this is going to go here in the C tier. Amelia Clumsy Maid. Oh boy. All right. This is going to be another hot take, guys. Okay. I want to acknowledge all the maid fans, okay? Nothing wrong with being a maid fan. The like traditional French maid look is nice. The problem with this is that this is literally Aid's normal look, okay? So this is just exactly what Aid looks like with Amelia's face stuck on it, okay? This is extremely lazy, and it was a gotcha skin. This is a $60 collaboration unit gotcha skin, and it's literally just Ada with Amelia's face. Sorry, Aid, not Ada. Which this is going in the F tier. I'll put it at the top of the F tier. I can already feel the hate, the burning eyeballs on me. Although I think it's like 50-50. Some people will totally get what I'm saying about this, and some people will be like, what? I'm a huge maid fan. You're crazy. But there is definitely, I think, a lot of people who will understand that this was like an absurd thing to be a gotcha skin. You know, it's just, in general, it's just a basic maid outfit, and you might like that. And it's not a terrible design, but it is still basic. And the fact that it's the exact same skin that a standard different character has is ridiculous. And it's a $60 gotcha skin. All these things combined, just, it's an F tier. It is an F tier. Okay. Guillotine Dark Tracer. This is like basically her normal skin, except she has pants instead of a dress. Like it's extremely similar. This is kind of whatever. I think Guillotine's design in general is kind of all right, but it's kind of cool. But as a skin, this is going down here in the D tier. We'll put it, we're going to put it here. Okay, Pepper Ocean. I'm a big Pepper fan. Pepper is a great IRL girlfriend character, and Pepper is going to go in the B tier, and I'm going to put her here. Rupee Rabbit Deluxe. This is our first ever gacha skin, and Rupee looks amazing, both as like her standard pose in the lobby, then when they gave her the gacha animation, because if you're new to the game, she actually didn't have an animation. Originally, gacha skins did not have a unique animation. This was kind of controversial. Obviously, they're really expensive. And then retroactively, they gave her a new gacha animation, which looks really nice. It looks really nice. And this is one of the best bunny skins to this date, just overall. Her standard animation, the way she's kind of like leaning back and forth against this pole, it's spicy as all hell, and she looks amazing. She is going to be A tier, and I'm actually going to put her at the top of A tier. Currently our best ranked skin of the whole tier list so far. All right, Tuve Baseball. I'm kind of a fan of Tuve. The baseball skin looks pretty nice. You know, it's a bit of a spicy baseball uniform, but it's also just like cute and fun, kind of summery. But it is going to be a C tier one. Ultimately, it's, you know, it's a baseball uniform. But I think we're going to put her, you know what? I'm going to put it pretty high in the C tier. We're going to put it right here. Tuve Sunblaze. This is her summer swimsuit, keeping the summer vibes going. And this one's really nice. I'm going to put this one in the B tier. And it's going to go... Ooh, this might be our best B tier one yet. Dude, her shooting pose is crazy. Yeah, Tuve is good. All right, Queen of the B tier for Tuve. Tia Lovely Date. This was a free skin for a login event. I don't like her normal design. This was a big upgrade. I think this is much more flattering for her. She looks great. It was free. It's still like nothing like super exciting, so it's going to be a C tier. But we'll put it here. She looks nice. Nothing wrong with being a C tier. You know, it's like middle of the road. TS Sweet Date or whatever it was, Sweet something. I actually don't like this as much. It's also going to be a C tier, and it's going to be a bit of a low end C tier for me. We'll go here. Okay, Marshana School Days. This was a gacha skin, probably most famous for her burst animation. Some people are really into this idea of like getting a peek, but I don't know. Ultimately, it's just like a girl in a skirt in the office. It does look nice though. It has a lot of detailed like background and everything too. Like the set piece is almost more important even than just like the skin herself of the character model. It's nice. I'm going to put it in the B tier, and I think I'm going to put it somewhere here, I think, for our Marshana School Days. I know this one's very popular, but for me, it's just not that exciting. All right, Rem Handy Maid. This is Soda's skin, except she doesn't look as good in the uniform as Soda does. This was a free one, so that's good. But again, similar to Amelia down here, it's literally just another character's skin. And the original character looks better in it than she does. It is free, so it is saved from being an F tier, but it's not great. It's going down here at the bottom of the D tier. All right, Rem Pure Blossom. I think this was part of a pass for the event, and this is cute. I like it. Cute little like IRL like shopping outfit. It's gonna go into the C tier. I'm not like a huge fan of it, so it's gonna be kind of low in the C tier. But you know, it's whatever. It's nice. We'll put it here. Actually, maybe below Tia. Okay, Senti Supreme C. This was another very early skin. It's just like a slightly spicier but more casual version of her normal outfit. This is another one that I was really tempted to buy. I was also a major Senti user at the beginning of the game. Senti was like a top tier unit. And she looks nice. She's got the jean shorts. And the thing is, you had to buy it for $20 with nothing else. So it just was kind of ridiculous. It's going into the C tier. And I think I'm going to put it right here. Okay, Senti Ocean, however, this is the very recent summer skin for her. Wow, those tan lines. Senti came back in a big way. She's going up here in the A tier, and I think we're going to put her... We're going to put her all the way up here. I like the tan look. And it was the fact that Senti got a new skin that late into the game was crazy, and we should all appreciate it. Okay, Ada, Separate Ways. So this was her like free alternate skin. It looks nice, but it's like honestly kind of boring. In fact, maybe I sounded more positive about this than I should have when I first put it up here. I think her just basic skin looks a lot better with the like kind of scrunchy red dress. I'm almost tempted to put it down here in the D tier. Maybe that's crazy. You know what? I'll put it at the bottom of C tier. I'll put it at the bottom of C tier. I actually, my notes originally have it at D. I think that was harsh. We'll put it into C. All right, Ada's dress. This is part of the pass. This is a C tier. I think it's significantly better, although I actually still like her normal look more. But it's nice. And, you know, Chinese dresses tend to look nice on a lot of characters. We're going to put it... we'll put it here, kind of in the middle of C tier. All right, Volume, Beat the Gun. Volume is our original Cake Queen in her normal design, and comes back pretty strong with this design from winter of last year. We're going to put her in B tier. She got a new animation. She kind of like spills her beer a little bit. She's like a bard or a pirate or something. I want to say a bard or beer wench, however you want to interpret that. She looks really good. And we're going to put her in the B tier, probably... It's a pretty nice one. I'm going to put it up here towards the top of B. Okay. Bay Rabbit. Yo. This is kind of wild that it's even in the game. I don't know how much more I need to tell you about this. I don't think I need to sell you on it. Kind of similar vibes with the tan lines to Senti, but just insane. That's going S tier. We have our first S tier skin. Okay, before we get too distracted, let's move on. Okay. Mari School. Looks cute. This might be the best school uniform we have in the game, to be honest. I'm going to put it in C tier. This was her free alternate skin. I like it. She's like in a cute prep school outfit. But ultimately, it's a schoolgirl outfit. It's nothing like super exciting. I'm going to put it here. Okay, Mari Leisure. This is also going to be a C tier. This was a pass skin. It actually has a lot of stuff going on in the background, kind of impressive, but the skin itself is just, I don't know, a bit bland. But I do appreciate that they put a lot of work into like having stuff like the palm trees and all that. But I'm going to put this kind of lower in the C tier. We'll maybe put it here. Mari Final Battle. This one is nice. This one's really, really nice. This is basically just an upgrade to her normal plug suit. She has the special white plug suit. I think the Ava plug suits are like pretty high tier design for character design in general. And she's going to go here in the B tier. And we'll put it right here, just above Leona. Okay. Mari Muse. This was a pass for the second part of the Ava collab. Beautiful dress. She's got a harp. If I wasn't such a big fan of the plug suit, I probably would put her in this. This is also going to be B tier. Honestly, it's a really nice skin. I'm going to put it right here. Okay, Miranda Thief. Miranda's goofy. The whole Thief events are super goofy. She's going to go into the C tier. And Yeah, something like, I don't know, maybe kind of lower C tier, to be honest. We'll put her here. Noise Cherry Blossom. Noise, I think, is one of these characters that looks great in any skin that you give her, okay? Her base skin is great. This skin is great. Her other skin that we'll talk about in a second is great. And I think they're all, honestly, in the same tier. She's got a nice window up in the top there, and I like the ribbons on her. Noise is super cute, and we're going to put her in the B tier. We'll put her right here. And the other Noise one, this is the gotcha skin, okay? She has a really nice and unique gotcha animation, or skill animation, burst animation. But as far as just like her sitting there, her normal pose and her shooting pose, I actually think this might be my least favorite. However, I still think they're all of her designs, but I'm going to rank it actually slightly lower than the pass. Okay, A2 Metamorphic. So this was the free alternate. A2 is a favorite character of mine. A2 looks good in all of her designs. This is another B tier. I actually prefer her standard one slightly more. She has a nicer animation. This animation isn't quite as cool. She got some better hip action in her standard one, but she still looks great in this. And we're going to go with this A2 skin. This is a pretty high one. We'll put her just below, ooh, maybe above Exia even. No, we'll put it below Exia. Okay. A2 Yorha prototype. So this is the kimono one. It's nice. It's nice. But I think I don't like it as much. And it's going to go kind of low B tier, I want to say. We're going to go right here. A2 Waterfront. So this was for the Nier rerun. She got a swimsuit. And this is basically like if you combine her standard skin with this skin, that probably doesn't really make any sense. In my head, it makes sense. This is great. A2 looked great. I actually prefer this one to her standard skin, which I had her in before. She is beautiful. This is an A tier skin. And I'm going to put this above Dolda here in the A tier. A2 looks great in the sun. Okay, Noir Black Rabbit B. A lot of people really like this one, and it is a beautiful skin, and Noir looks good in pretty much everything. The problem for me why I didn't buy it is because she already had a bunny skin, and when you're starting at a bunny outfit, it takes a lot to get better than that. But it is a very nice one. She's going in the B tier, and I'm going to put it right here. Okay, Noir Baseball. This was a free one. This was from a login event. Another one of our baseball ones. I think we had 3 total. Noir looks super cute, but I have to say it is probably her worst one. And we're going to put it in the C tier right here. But she is super cute. Poor girl gets a baseball bounced off her booba. Hopefully she's not hurt. Okay. Viper Toxic Bunny. This one's really good. This is another one of the best bunny skins that we've gotten. I like how she hands her phone to you. The pink bunny outfit is very unique. You don't see a lot of pink bunnies. She's going to go up here in the A tier, and I'm going to put her right here. Pretty peak design. Even amongst the bunny skins, this one ranks very high. Okay, Viper Shine of Love. This is a gotcha skin. This might be another controversial one, guys. I just straight up don't like it, okay? Personally speaking, I really don't like it at all. This was a gotcha skin. Now, I have to try and be a little objective about this, beyond my just personal taste. I just, it has a unique burst animation. People think she's kind of like biting the fruit in a sexy way or something. I mean, she does have like the plants and the swing around her, so they do have extra stuff, but so I can't put it like way down here, right? But ultimately, I think this is a C tier skin, and I'm gonna put this below Folkwang. It is a high C tier, but yeah, I don't know. When she had this skin, it's like, really? I think this is one of the worst summer skins we got, and it was a gotcha skin, which just makes it feel bad. Okay, Rouge, Unlucky Rabbit. Oh boy, all right, here's another controversial one. Rouge was, she has a quote-unquote reverse bunny skin, and to me, I don't understand what the controversy was about this. The community, I mean, like, I know what the controversy was, but I just cannot relate to that. I don't know why people had a problem with this. You know, other than the fact that it's a gotcha skin, and it's totally defensible to be against gotcha skins in general. But beyond that, I thought it was a great skin. This is an A tier skin. And like the reverse bunny outfit, the shooting pose, like it's crazy. I don't know. it's kind of wild. I'm gonna put this right here. Yeah, this is one of these skins where I don't know how it was approved for the game, to be honest. But people, I don't really understand why people think this should have been spicier. Okay, to be metamorphic. This was the free skin, and it's crazy. So this is the damaged one where 2B loses her skirt. This one gave us more cake than basically anything else the game had ever seen before this. This is an A tier skin, and I would say, even though I'm personally a bigger fan of A2, this skin is crazy. This is going to be above A2. This is going to be above a lot of them. We're going to put this one. Yeah. This is a free skin, guys. A free skin. And we almost got to the very top of A tier. Okay, then we have a gotcha skin. The Yorha prototype. The kimono for 2B. It's nice. I love all the lanterns, the mask. It does have some cute details. Nice burst animation. It's a gotcha skin. Value for money is, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm going to put this as a B tier. And I think I'm going to put it here. Towards the top. But, yeah. Okay. Then we have 2Bs for the summer rerun. Just like A2, she got a swimsuit as well. And this is another A tier. Where do I put this? It's extremely similar. I think it's slightly better. We're going to put it actually just above the other one. They're so similar, but I think if anything, 2B looks even better in this one. And this was for a pass. This is really, really good. I look like I'm a huge 2B simp, but I mean, the designs are crazy. Okay. Next one, Blanc White Rabbit. So this is the holiday one that we got compared to, it came along with Noir's kimono kind of look as well. It's a really nice skin. All the details on this, it's beautiful. But again, when you're coming from being a bunny girl already, it's kind of hard to get an upgrade. I'm going to put this as a B tier. It's a very nice skin. I'm going to say I like Noir's look slightly better. Okay, Noir Baseball. I've been relatively positive about all the baseball skins. However, I think Blanc is easily the worst one. Good news is it's free, but I don't really like it. I feel like somehow her face doesn't look as good in this one either, and this is going down in the D tier. And I think we're going to put it... I don't know. Does it even matter? I think we're going to put it here. Okay, Ray, tentative name, Village. Okay, if you haven't seen the movies, you probably don't understand how good this is. But I love that this was her free alternate skin. It's very cute. It's perfect. This is just like a absolute W move that they gave Ray, tentative name, the skin. It is going to be a B tier. And I think we're going to put it like probably a relatively low B tier. But it's good. It's good. Okay, Ray, tentative name, Soul something, like Soul of the Night or whatever this is called, her dress. This is also going to be a B tier. It's a nice one, but I feel like of the Ava units that got their dress, this might be my least favorite, but she does look nice in it. We're going to put it actually just below her other one here. All right, Little Mermaid Abyss Flower. This is a gotcha skin. This commits the crime of being very similar to her original design, which, I am looking at that slightly. Again, that's like kind of 10% of my judgment on all these skins. But everything is just elevated, okay? Like every aspect of this is better. Even though it looks very similar to her normal design, everything gets better. And even outside of just her, the character model itself, she has this beautiful background and a beautiful burst animation. This was a gotcha skin, and I was less excited about it on launch. And I think over time, I've just grown more and more fond of it, and I think it is absolutely stunning. This is an A tier skin, and I am going to put this right here. Okay, Little Mermaid Beautiful Bubble. This one is currently going if you're watching on the day this video came out. This one's also really nice. If I didn't have the gotcha skin, I would totally buy this one. It also has this cute little animation where she has a bunch of different like friends in the bubble, and then she like brings out new bubbles and you get like a random one of them that appears. She looks very cozy in this like sweater dress thing. This is also going to be an A tier. I'm going to put it at the bottom of A tier, but very, very nice. Siren keeps up the peak quality. Okay. D-Wife. This is her party dress. I'm a fan of these party dresses. As you can see, most of them are rated fairly high. It's super similar as far as like how I'd rate it to her base skin. I like them both basically equally. This is quite a bit different looking though. It's got this kind of sexy slit in the side gold dress. This is going to be a B tier for me, and I think it might be my favorite B tier one. And then she got a gotcha skin, okay? She's a police officer. I personally feel like it's a downgrade to her other ones. Burst animation is good. It does have a lot, like, the glow of her, like, traffic directing thing on her, making her face look even scarier. It's good. It is a B tier, but I actually like, it's my least favorite of her three looks. And I think I'm going to put it maybe here. Okay. Dorothy Nostalgia. This skin is crazy. This is possibly the best concept for skin in the entire game. It will switch back and forth between her wearing the pink dress to the black dress without getting too story spoilery for any new people watching this. This is such a great story tie-in with the PTSD. This is amazing. This is one of the best skins in the game, and it is going to go here to the top of S tier. This is one of my favorite. I think it's a super cool concept. It has the like transformation. It has a wild burst animation. It's so good, and I think this is absolutely deserving of this spot up here. All right, Privity Government Grunt. This is another one of these early ones that cost $20, and I feel like it's kind of boring. It feels, you can tell that they took the base model and just kind of like tweaked it, like they blacked out things. I don't know. This is a D tier skin for me. This is a D tier skin for me, and I'm gonna put it here fairly low on the D tier. Privity Banquet, however, wow, this is a beautiful skin. Her hair, the dress, the different shades of blue and aqua, her like kind of embarrassed expression when you click on her, everything about this is gorgeously designed and animated. This is an A tier skin. This is my favorite look for Privity, and I'm going to put this right here. Privity Destined Blue. This is her in kind of like a kind of short kimono kind of dress. Also looks really, really nice. I don't like it as much. This is going to be a B tier, and I'm going to put it maybe here. Okay. Maxwell Mechanic. This is a very, very early one. I think this was our second ever battle pass. This is basically a recolor. I will say she gets a mask. Cool, but like the transformation with the masks are like, like what her and Drake and Laplace all do when they go into full burst anyway. And I don't know, this honestly, it's super, super sim. And I think like her shooting pose actually looks better in her standard skin. And this is going to be a D tier. It's just it's basically a recolor. It's basically a recolor. And as cool as the mask is, even that, you get a mask when you do the full burst, right? Like that's kind of the gimmick. And then they just kind of like put it on the skin. I'll put it above. Yeah. We'll put it here. Okay. Grave. Holy cow, this video is getting long. Okay. Grave. Beautiful you. Hopefully you guys have been like being productive in the background. Shout out. You're a real one if you stuck with it this far. Thank you so much. Like the video. If you've made it this far, if you're not already, consider subscribing. All right, so back into the tier list. It would definitely help out the channel. So Grave, beautiful you. This is a good one. I can't decide if I like this versus her normal skin. I might actually like her normal base look a little bit better. But Grave is looking nice here, and I like that it kind of shows that Grave is like becoming a person. Like she's kind of like getting back into learning more about herself and like developing. And she's kind of got like a hot bodyguard kind of vibe to her. This is going to be a B tier, and I think I'm going to put this somewhere kind of in the middle-ish here. We'll put it right here. All right, Asuka. This is our second version of Asuka. We're going to put the final battle one into B tier, and I think she doesn't look quite as good as our other ones here, but it's still the white plug suit. It looks great. Mari just looks a little bit better in it, and I do prefer Leona's a little bit more as well. Then we have, oh boy, we're almost getting to the point where we're going to need to start scrolling. Okay, then we have Asuka in her dress. Another great looking dress. This is also going to be a B tier, and I think it's going to be just below the dress of Mari's. Okay, Rey school dress. This is a classic. If this wasn't the free alternate skin for Rey, I would have rioted. This was a perfect choice, and it's super nostalgic for me, but ultimately it's, you know, kind of plain. It's also exactly the same as the other Asukas, which we'll see in a minute later in the video. So I can't make this any higher than C, but it's still like very good that they put it here in the game. And I think I'm going to put it here, kind of in the middle of C. Okay, Rey Vacation. It's cute, but also very forgettable. I'm going to also put this as a C tier. And I think I will put it just below. Yeah. Okay. Where are we on? Leader. Okay, so Leader's vacation outfit. It's funny. I mean, you know, Leader's yellow jumpsuit isn't great. This is probably an improvement. I'm going to make it a C tier. I'm going to put it here, just above our other kind of goofy girl. Leader Sunflower. This is also a C tier, but this is probably my favorite look. She's actually very cute in this kind of summer yellow dress. And I think she probably deserves to be just here above Rem. Helm Chandelier. Oh boy. Okay, so this came out at the same time as this sugar skin here. And this is the one that I chose to buy at the time. No regrets. This is possibly one of the best skins they have made for any unit in the entire game. This is an S tier skin. I'm going to put it here at the bottom of the three up here in S so far, but this is beautiful. This is just absolutely peak. I mean, just she's super elegant, super beautiful. The shading, the like animation of like her unfolding the fan. You can see the sparkliness. I don't know. I could praise this a lot. She looks super good from like behind cover while she's shooting as well. This is probably the best like evening gown dress in the whole game. Okay, Helm Shower. This is a gotcha skin, and this might be a little controversial, but I actually rate this lower than the Chandelier one. It's still nice. Don't get me wrong. You do get a bathtub burst animation. But I'm actually going to put this down here in the B tier. And we'll put it at the top of B tier. We'll put it at the top of B tier. Okay, Nyuta Wu Wei. Okay, so this is a brand new one during our 3rd anniversary event. This one is crazy. She looks like some kind of like cosmic entity, primordial being kind of thing. She's got like the like galaxy stars on one side of her. Amazing animations. Beautiful. This is really, really good. However, I don't think it's quite S tier. I'm going to put it at the top of A tier. This is the first A tier to beat out Rupee. It's borderline S for me. But you can see I'm very sparing on which ones I put up here in S. It's really, 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 really nice. If I could do like a A+ tier, I'd probably put it there. Scarlet, Racer's High. Oh boy, this is a controversial one. Next to the Makima one, this might be the most controversial skin in the game. This you could get for free if you bought the complete edition of Stellar Blade on PC. There was no way to get it if you got Stellar Blade for the PlayStation, which is completely insane to me. Even if you spent more money buying all the things that were in the complete edition on PlayStation, they gave you no way to get this. So they were punishing customers for being like early adopters and people who supported them from the beginning. It's completely bonkers. I won't get more into that, but this was probably the worst thing ShiftUp has done across any game they've made to their consumers. I praise ShiftUp a lot. They've done a lot of things right. This was a huge error. And all that said, this is an S tier look. This was one of my favorite outfits for Eve. It looks spectacular on Scarlet. The animation is great. Holy cow, the Racer skin is fire. I wanted to get this so badly, but I refused to, okay? Like, I want to put this into F tier, but as a design, this is peak. This is amazing. This is an S tier skin, and I'm going to put it right here. Yeah, it's so unfortunate what they did with that. Community manager, ShiftUp devs, if you're watching this, you know you screwed up. You know you screwed up. I've been very vocal about this, and it's an amazing skin, and I find it personally insulting, and I find it really sad for a lot of the community that were big Stellar Blade fans, and you screwed them over. Okay, let's move on to more positive things. It's an S tier design. Okay. Crown Naked King. This is some people's favorite skin in the entire game. This might have one of the best burst animations in the game. Her sitting on the throne with the snap of her fingers, it's kind of crazy. And again, just like this kind of like godlike presence. She's got the multiple arms behind her, kind of similar vibes to like Nayuta. And I think this is actually even better than Nayuta's. This is also an S tier skin. And I'm going to put it here. Yeah, this is a top 10 in the game, maybe top 5. We'll see how this shakes out. Amazing. Again, a lot of people I know would put this as like literally the best one they've ever made. Okay, Crown Glorious Flower. This one is a new one we got for the event. Also looks super nice. She's in a Chinese dress. I would say, in a way, in the shooting pose, I would say she actually looks better than the gacha skin. Everything else about it is worse, though. But it is a beautiful skin. It's nice. This is a B tier. I'm going to put it as pretty high B tier. We're going to put it right here. It's a really, really, really nice skin. I was almost tempted to buy it, even though I already had the gacha skin. Okay, Asuka school dress. It's literally the same as Ray's. We're going to put it right below Ray's because Ray is way better than Asuka. All the same things I said about Ray's applies to Asuka's. Asuka Street. This was a past skin. It's kind of nice. It's kind of like the Radio Ava things. It gives them more of a like IRL, like cool fashion kind of look. But I just prefer the plug suit. And I think ultimately, even though it looks pretty good, it's a C tier. And I'm going to put it, I'll put it above Ray's dress over. Actually, maybe even higher, to be honest. We'll put it just below the school outfits. Okay. Asuka test plug suit. This might be the most, this is the most disappointing gacha skin. This is probably the second most disappointing gacha skin. It's not that it looks bad. I think if this was the past skin, it would have been good. Asuka looks nice in it, but it's just really underwhelming as a gacha skin. The burst animation wasn't that exciting. It just looks super similar to her normal red plug suit. And even as a huge Ava fan, I got like every single thing in the collaboration except this. Because I was just like, I don't know, what's the point? It's just kind of lame. I'm going to give it a C tier. And, you know, still objectively, it is a plug suit. It looks cool. I like it. I'm probably going to put it... We'll put it here. Pretty high on the C tier. But it just kind of failed as a gacha skin. Okay, Drake, maid skin. Dude, Drake is hilarious. And the idea of Drake being a maid is even more hilarious, okay? This is a solid B. I don't have this skin, but it's freaking hilarious. Where should I put her? Ultimately, it is just, like, funny. It is just a basic maid outfit, but I still like it. We're going to put it, yeah, right here. Okay, Drake Racer. Okay, this is another gacha skin, and she's got this, like, kind of spicy outfit on with a cool sports car, although, honestly, the car is slightly fugly. Like, it looks cool when you first look at it, but the more you look at it, you're like, this is kind of a really strange car. Like, it doesn't really, the lines are very strange. It's sort of oddly squished, but just if you glance at it, it looks cool. I'm a big car person. Sometimes I regret not getting this. This is also going to be a B tier. And I think despite some of the problems it has, I'm going to put it kind of in the middle of the B tier. It's still nice. Okay. Raven planet diving suit. Okay, dude, I just want to take a moment to say that anything Stellar Blade was an absolute banger, and this might be the worst skin overall of the Stellar Blade collab, and it still looks great. This is a B tier. This was, you know, the free skin for Raven. She looks nice. Where should I put this? This is a pretty nice skin. I'm going to say right here. Okay. Raven Midsummer. Okay, so Midsummer Alice. This was a skin for obviously only Eve in the original game. And this was one of my favorites. This is maybe like a top 5 in the game overall. This is a beautiful looking, very unique kind of like swimsuit. And the fact that they put it on a Raven makes her look amazing. It almost looks even better on a Raven because it like matches her hair. It's stunning. This is an S tier skin. I mean, do I need to convince anybody? Honestly, like, it's absolutely gorgeous. The only question is, how high do I rank this? I think I'm going to put it here, kind of in the middle of S tier. Yeah. Again, one of the best in the game, I think. Raven looks incredible in this skin. Okay. Naga last something or other. No. What was this? What is this skin called? Naga Date. Sorry. Okay. So Naga Date. This is going to be a D tier. I'm actually a fan of Naga. I think her school outfit looks better than this. And I think her gacha skin looks better than this. And then there's just a few things that really bother me about this, okay? I think the dress is very forgettable. And the skin tone difference between her face and arms and her legs is crazy. Why are her legs so dark? And this is not me saying that I don't like dark skin. Clearly, I like our tan girls up here. It's just odd that her legs are so much darker than her upper body. And at first I was like, oh, well, she's wearing like, you know, some kind of like stockings or whatever. But nope. It's just her legs being dark. I don't know. Ultimately, it's just a very forgettable skin anyway. It's a D tier. I'm willing to put it in the middle here. Okay. Naga Last Girlhood. This was a gacha skin. This is a kimono skin. She looks gorgeous in this skin. I was tempted to get this one. It looks really good. This is some people's favorite skin. I think I've grown to like it more and more over time. It is going to be a B tier. And I think it's going to be here. This one I slightly regret not getting, although we don't use Naga as much nowadays, so I don't regret it as much from that perspective, I guess. The burst animation is gorgeous on this as well. And I just love how vibrant it is, and like the deep purples contrast with the gold and her like tan skin. Like it's, I don't know. They did a great job with it. They did a really great job with it. And I think I didn't rate it high enough when it first came out. Mihara Pain Eater. All right, back-to-back gacha skins. This one was controversial, and I don't think I'm going to get a lot of pushback on this when I rate it relatively lowly. I think her normal design is way better than this. She had a good burst animation, and they didn't even use the best part of it in the lobby. And ultimately, I mean, it's just like a white corset, kind of wedding-ish looking, versus like a very unique, very cool looking, like dominatrix succubus kind of look in her normal design. And I think this is a C tier. The lobby is like not great. And this skin, again, I think it's just like a little bit forgettable. And I think I'm going to put it here. All right, Snow White, White Knight. This is my favorite character in the game, if you didn't know already. If you couldn't tell from the channel icon, I talk about Snow White a lot. This is something that I think could have been a gacha skin. If they gave her a unique burst animation, with how much work they put into the skin itself, this absolutely could have been a gacha skin. She gets this super badass like suit of armor with like this futuristic mask that comes down, which is like way cooler than her standard mask that was already cool. She gets this big like tiger as like a pet in the background. It's really cool. It just adds so much scale and presence. It's super dope. Ultimately though, I don't think you're gonna put it in S. To be fair, I think it is only an A tier. It's really, really good. I'm gonna put it here. Towards the top of A tier. I wish they made an actual gacha skin and gave her a unique burst animation. But yeah, excellent skin. One of the best past skins I think we've gotten. They just did so many cool things to it. They added so much to her. Okay, Red Hood Nonsense. Wow. This is a free skin. This was the community vote for favorite Nikke. If you guys are OG Shift Up fans, this is Tiamat's red dress from Destiny Child, which was Shift Up's first game. It was amazing there. It's amazing here, and I would say they even improved it and looks even better on Red Hood. The worst thing about it is if you play in English and you're walking around the map, you will get the most annoying voice line over and over and over again. Otherwise, everything's amazing about it. It looks incredible. Red Hood's base design also looked incredible. And this is another one where like she just looked good no matter what. All three of her skins are some of the best in the game. And this is an S tier. I'm going to say... I'm going to put it... Ooh, boy. I'm going to put it here. This is an extremely good skin. Okay. And I like how it's... I'm going to spend a little more time on this. I like how Red Hood wearing a dress is very much not Red Hood's character, and they acknowledge that and make her like behave the way you would expect this character to behave by putting her in this dress as opposed to just like randomly throwing a dress on her. I don't know. It's very, very good. This is a massive W for the community. Okay, then we got a gacha skin. This is part of the current event. Red Hood looks incredible like this too. This is like how Red Hood probably looked before she became a Nikke. This is how she would have liked to be if she got to return home and live out her days there. And dang, she is thick. In the shooting pose, she is so round. And she's just super chill and happy. And I don't know, those jean shorts are crazy. This is gacha skin. It has this gorgeous golden hour burst animation where she's like standing in a field and you get the glow of the warm light. Yeah, this is also an S tier. If I could put Red Hood's base design, which I'm not including in this list, it would also be S tier. That said, I actually don't like it quite as much as the red dress. But this is an S tier design. We're going to leave it right here. Okay. Rappy red flavor. Dude, we get a lot of gacha skins here towards the end. I don't like that this was a gacha skin. I was really disappointed by Rappy's standard design, still am. This one is peak. It looks great. She looks amazing. This is going to be an A tier skin. I would say... we'll put it here. Kind of mid A tier. She looks great. There's better. I think as a gacha skin, it's not super impressive. But I wish we got better looks for Rappy, you know? Yeah, I don't know. Like, this is Rappy's best look, but they just, considering she's the main character of the game, they should have done more with her. But I almost regret not getting this one. But you can only buy so many gacha skins. These things are super expensive, okay? And I probably wouldn't even buy any gacha skins if I wasn't a content creator, because it's just like a really big investment. For a cosmetic, which fortunately they do come with resources, which is the only reason why I think they're like justifiable at all, to be honest. Okay, this is our free community vote one. So Rappy won this last year. This is the one after Red Hood. Pretty nice. Not as good as Red Hood's. Definitely not as good as Red Hood's. But this one is nice, and I think it is better than her standard design, which is very forgettable. And she's super cute, and I kind of like the storyline they tied into it. It's very much Rappy. And I'm keeping her in this one. Not as good as the gacha skin, but it's a very nice free skin, good for the community. And I'm going to put this one in the B tier. Probably somewhere kind of mid B tier. Where does this one go? Boy, I don't know. Maybe it's kind of lower B tier, to be honest. Maybe something like this, something like that. Okay. Remember, these aren't exact, but generally more towards the left is going to be higher in that tier. Okay. Cinderella, beautiful me. So this is Cinderella in a like dress, and she is beautiful. Everything about Cinderella is beautiful. Cinderella is a top 3 character for me, probably my second favorite character in the entire game. My top 3 being Snow White, Nihilister, and Cinderella. I prefer her normal look, but she still looks amazing in this one. I got this one. I switched back and forth between them. She is, wow. Like, if you saw this girl IRL, that would be crazy. We're going to put her in the B tier for Busty. Where should we put this? I'm going to say something like this. It looks good. Okay, Cinderella gacha skin. I didn't get this one because I just didn't think it was justifiable. I would say the biggest W for this one is that she has her blue eyes. This is like pre-corruption for her. Also, it's very revealing in some ways. A lot of like very kind of like sheer material. Cinderella is beautiful, and I would say I've appreciated this one more over time than when it first launched. But I'm going to put it in the B tier as well. And I think I'm going to put it here, towards the top. Something like this. Okay. Glass Princess is nice. But yeah, I would say only slightly better than this. And I actually prefer her standard skin over both of them. All right, Black Shadow Flower. Okay, so Black Shadow in a kimono. She has one of the coolest designs standardly, and the gacha skin is also beautiful. You get the flower petals, the animation, kind of the loose tie, the way her kimono is kind of opening is very beautiful. The animation of her like pulling out the sword is super cool for burst. This one is really, really nice, and is another one where I go back and forth between this one and her normal skin, just because I think the normal design is also super strong. This one is going to be an A tier, and I think I'm going to put it here. We'll put it here. Okay. Modernia First Affection. This was our first community vote, okay? Longtime viewers will know I think this was a huge miss. It's just, I don't know. It's not good. I think it's super simple, basic design, and I think her normal design was better. And the fact that then her gun was randomly just like floating there when it was supposed to be attached to her waist, and I'm gonna put this down here in the D tier. I know Modernia fans are gonna hate me. I'm gonna put it at the top of D tier. Top of D tier. Yeah, it's her in a shirt, and I don't know. Her other skin, however, okay? I've talked about this so many times, I just don't want to like go on too much of a rant about it. You already know, or go back and watch older videos where I talk about this. Okay. This is Modernia's Gotcha skin. This is Second Affection, or Rapture Queen version. This is one of the best designs in the game. It's insane. This might be my favorite, close to my favorite. This is just so good. She looks incredible in this skin. The animation, the sparkle in her eyes, the light effects, this like super, dark queen kind of succubus kind of look. She looks incredible. This is one of my favorites, and this is going to the top of the S tier. We'll see if anything can dethrone the queen. It's an incredible design. Like I don't know how much more I can say about it. Like it's beautiful, it's scary, it's sexy, it fits her character, it's canonical. She changes to this in the story. The burst animation is gorgeous, with her like reaching out and catching the light. Yeah, absolutely peak. It may be from liking Modernia to being like a mega fan. Okay, Alice, Sweet Home. Okay. Honestly, nothing special here. It's just a cute girl in a hoodie with a baseball cap. She's got the twin tails. It's nice. I've never been an Alice fan, but I actually think this is better because her normal design, being this like skin tight latex suit, is almost borderline problematic, with her being like literally like a mentally challenged character in the story. And I think a lot of the fandom around her, not all the fans, but there's a certain segment of the fandom, is super weird and kind of creepy. And this is much more fitting of her character, and I think it's very cute. And I don't think Alice is a bad character at all. And I'm sure there are a lot of perfectly nice, good fans of Alice. And I think this is a better look for Alice in general. But ultimately, it's just nothing that's going to be super memorable. I think this is a C tier. Again, it's just like her in a hoodie. And I'm going to put it, I don't know, right here. Okay. Ava Keyhole. Ava Keyhole? Eve Keyhole. I don't know why I said Ava. Okay, Eve has a lot of outfits. Eve looks amazing in all of them. This one is very cool. It's a very unique design. One of her more unique outfits in the Stellar Blade game. I would say I actually prefer her standard design slightly more, but this is really good. This is a free skin, and I'm going to put it in the B tier. I think just above Ravens. Then we have the Neuralink suit. This is one of my favorites in the Stellar Blade game, and her animation with the way she like moves her hand up her leg is crazy. This is going to be an A tier. A very high A tier. I guess this is more mid A tier. It's good. It's good. It's really good. Okay. Our last one, guys. We've made it to the end. Oh my god. This might be my longest video ever. Eve, her gotcha skin in the skin suit. Do I need to sell you on this? This is Eve in the skin suit. Yeah. This is the only one that I think dethrones Modernia. Everything about this is wild, okay? So let's set aside all the obvious reasons to like the skin, even all the little details, how they replicated the camp where you go and save your games in the game is beautiful. You got this like meal that's boiling away here over the fire. The physics on this is bananas. The burst animation is wild. The lobby wallpaper is great. Eve is good in anything. And yeah. All right. We made it to the end, guys. That is your tier list. Let me know what you think. Here, I can hide my face really quick here, so you guys can see without me blocking anything. Let me know. What do you disagree with? What do you agree with? Thank you so much for staying with this. Holy cow. It has been 2 hours. No. Okay. An hour and 20 minutes. Okay. It's not as bad as I thought. That's still insane. Okay. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed your lunch or half your day watching this, whatever you were doing, playing games with me talking about skins in the background. Again, this is totally for fun, completely subjective, just my opinion, how I rate the look of these characters. If you'd like to support the channel directly, you can join with the link in below, become a channel member. Shout out to those that gave super chats to support this video, and a big thank you just to you for watching. All right, thank you guys, and I will catch you guys in the next video or stream. And dude, these were all bangers, to be honest. Like I said, even the low tier Nikke designs are better than so many other games. It's been a great 3 years. All right, peace.